At my birthday party, I was surprised by the presence of my wife's ex-fiancé. When I asked her why she invited him and didn't tell me, she said, if she had, I would have refused. I completely lost my mind. I'm 29 and my wife is 30. We have been together for 5 years. We met each other during a seminar and we clicked and started dating and eventually got married. My wife already had told me that she was in a very serious relationship with her school friend. It was one of her female friend's brothers. They were planning to get married, but she felt out of love with him, and they broke up when he went for education and job in a foreign country and hasn't met him since past 9 years. Enough backstory. 5 days ago it was my birthday. We wanted to do something special, so we were planning for it for a month. We were on tight budget as well, so we discussed on who we are inviting. Basically, we agreed on both our families are invited, even extended, and some of our friends, neighbors, and colleagues, only those we know well. On that day, I didn't know that my wife had also invited her ex as well, which was a shock to me when I saw him. I was really shocked. I called my wife to meet me upstairs. I asked her what he's doing here. She said he came with her sister. I said we will have a discussion later. On my party, I saw him hugging my wife, and he greeted and hugged me as well. We talked just as formality, and my wife was spending time with her friends, and he also joined, I guess, because he's from her friend circle. Anyway, after the party, I confronted my wife and asked her what was she thinking. She asked me, "What?" I asked her why was her ex here when I never met him before, and why did you not tell me? She said he came back for a few months on holidays and her friend told her and urged my wife to invite him. I told my wife that she should have discussed it with me. It's my birthday party and I should have the right to decide who joins and who doesn't, and it isn't some random guy. It's your ex, she said. It wasn't that big of a deal, it was only for a few hours. She said she didn't tell me because I would object it because she knows me, and she wanted all of her friends to be invited. I completely lost my shit when she said that. I said, so you chose your friends over your own husband? I said in my anger that does she have any idea how it feels to see your partner's ex on your special day, especially when it's for the first time? Would you like it if I invite my ex to your birthday party without telling you and my ex is hugging me and laughing with me? Would you be okay? It was supposed to be my special day and you ruined it by inviting your ex. I was constantly thinking about how he did you for years and God knows what he actually did to you. Would I be thrilled to see a man who effed my own wife on my special day? It would be one thing if we were on friendly terms and knew each other. She started sobbing and said I'm blowing it out of proportion. It's not that serious and I'm hurting her with my words. We aren't talking to each other for past couple of days. She told her parents and sister, and they said that I'm overreacting and it's not a big deal. I simply told them that if I invite one of my ex on her birthday party without telling her, would she like it? They said that I would just be taking revenge. I said I wouldn't hurt her, but she should have thought multiple times and discussed with me and just simply have thought that it might hurt me. Am I wrong in thinking like this? Best comments. It's your birthday and your wife should have discussed inviting her ex with you, especially knowing it could be uncomfortable. Her dismissive attitude about your feelings further compounds the issue. I thought the same. See, I would have agreed to her demand of allowing her ex to be invited to my party, but she didn't even tell me. I think for a healthy relationship, a proper discussion between couples is a must and respect each other's boundaries. I never had the chance to draw a boundary as long as her exes are concerned because he wasn't around at all. He was in God knows which country. But my wife clearly didn't think of me when she decided that a proper discussion is not needed. I am doubting my own marriage at this point. Clearly, she doesn't want to communicate with me about something this significant. And when I said how would she feel if I did the same, she clearly didn't agree with the idea. Update number 1, 2 days after the first post. First of all, thank you all for your advice. I tried my best not to overthink it, but after reading the comments I couldn't brush off the feeling that something is wrong. I tried so hard to deny, but I just couldn't. I went to my wife today and asked her to unlock her phone and give it to me. She asked me multiple questions like it was an interrogation or something. Like, why do I want to check her phone, or do I not trust her, or did I go crazy because of my jealousy, and many more, but the more I think about it, the angrier I get. She, after I pressuring her for a while, gave me her phone and I checked her texts and social media messages, but I couldn't find anything at all. So I went to her friends group text chat and found out that my wife and her ex met each other alone frequently ever since he came back, and he was also invited whenever she went out with her friends, but she never told me. I asked her, what is this? She asked me what? I asked her, why did you meet him alone and why did you never tell me about any of this? Why did you not tell me that you and your friends invited your ex and you all hung out together? My wife said that it's not what I think it is. She said he's not just her ex but a longtime friend. They've known each other for years, even before she met me, and I'm just being jealous, controlling man, and there's nothing suspicious other than we just met and hung out. I said I love you and trust you, but do not take me for a fool. There's no reason for you to be alone with your ex, and behind my back especially. I don't even know who the F this guy is. And why is he talking to my wife behind my back, and why is my wife meeting him, and why my own wife defending her ex? I said I'm leaving and we are getting divorced. My wife started crying and said that I don't trust her, and it's not what I think it is. I just started walking to the door. My wife held me and got angry and said we can talk and fix the misunderstanding, but I said I am not ready to talk and I am running out of patience, so please just leave me be. If you want to be with him, I wouldn't object, and I will pray for a happy life for you. I want to live with my sister, and I told her everything that happened. I must have ranted for a long time. She just listened and said nothing, but in the end, she said that my wife is definitely hiding something. I did so much for my wife. She always threw lavish parties, but when I wanted to do the same after years, she betrayed me in the worst way possible. There were 1,000 different ways to hurt me, but she chose the worst way to hurt me. So here I am drinking and thinking about what went wrong and where I was lacking and living with my sister like a loser in his 30s. Best comments. Your wife sounds like a master manipulator, trying to turn the tables on you and make you seem like the crazy, jealous one. Classic move. But good for you for standing your ground and not letting her deceive you any longer. She definitely has something to hide. Going meet the ex alone and didn't tell you. It's better to find out now rather than later. Keep your head up and don't let this experience stop you from trusting others in the future. Drinking is not the answer. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Seek out divorce attorneys. You deserve someone who truly loves and respects you, not someone who plays games and hides things from you. Stay strong. It's not that easy when your own life partner betrays you in the worst way possible. I did and thought of her all the time. I gave her everything and my best and what she does. She invites her ex to my birthday, which I was looking forward to because I didn't celebrate my birthday in years. Only my and her family joined us while she threw lavish parties every chance she got and even everything I did. This is how she betrayed me? Why? Really, like why? If you love someone else, why not just go to them and live your life with them? Why must you make someone else suffer? Like, what do you even get out of this by just causing unnecessary pain to others? Thankfully, I have my sister to rely on, and she's trying her best to help me, and she cries as well knowing what I went through. I haven't told others about what my wife did yet, and the angry side of me says that I should expose her, but I also think that I should just let it go. I'm so confused, angry, conflicted, and drowning in my own emotions that I can't even think straight. If my sister wasn't there for me and helped me, I really would have ended it all. I appreciate my sister so much. I pray that nobody else feels the pain the way I did, and their last resort is to drink until they go numb and can't even think properly. Update number 2, 6 days after the last update. I am sorry if it's too long. I'm just suffering and overthinking so much that I can't even think properly, but I tried my best to keep it as short as possible. Now, yesterday my wife called me and asked me to meet. I said no and told her to say whatever she wants in the phone. She could not possibly have chose a worse time to call me, and I was drunk and crying as hell. I do not blame her because it was only 11 a.m. She started off with she's sorry and will do anything to win me back, and she swore she didn't talk to him only until he got back and her friends introduced him to her again, which led to reminiscing. She proposed to me that we should get back and fix our marriage, and she promised me that she would never talk to him again, and we should move to a different state and live our life and forget whatever happened. Now, I really wanted to just forget her and divorce her and not expose her, but this pissed me off so much. I started calling her so many names and cursed her like it's rainfall, and everything I held up inside me came out. I called her lying, cheating, manipulative bitch. Then I said, even after all I did for you, you want to isolate me from my family and have me in your purse? I worked hard for you, sacrificed everything for you, and you are with your ex? F in him? Just because I loved you, you took advantage of me. I swear to God, even if I go broke and start begging on the streets, I will expose you and divorce you. If it was something else, I would have forgiven you in a heartbeat, but you are with your ex while I'm working for you and giving you most of my money. What made you think I am a pushover? I hung up on her after ranting and she was crying, but I'm dumb here and her bullshit. I immediately told everyone what's going on, which is much embarrassing for her. I told them what I saw on text, and many of her family members, mostly cousins, called me and reassured me that they will help me. They said they were as shocked as I was when they saw him, and they could see it on my face, but they didn't say anything, but they will help me, except her mom. She's even worse. She started saying in our family chat that I am lying and jealous and ruining her daughter's life and many, many more. Her father called me and said he's sorry and he knows that I'm not lying and he's disappointed with how my mother-in-law and wife is acting, but he said that he has to take his family's side, but he will stay neutral and won't help me legally. I said I understand. My sister said that she already had talked to a lawyer, a very good one, and she's her friend but didn't tell me because I was not in a right place. She told me that in our country there's a mandatory a-year cool-off period and mandatory counseling at least 2 times a month, and if I don't appear for counseling, judge might think that I'm unreasonable, and since I have no proof of her affair, divorce might even take years, or even a decade, and even if we prove her infidelity, she will still get alimony. Because cheating doesn't revoke her rights from alimony from her husband in our country, which pissed me off even more. Edit. I thank you all for your help and time. I am so glad for your well wishes, and I also hope that none of you go through what I went through, and I wish you all good luck. I will start focusing on myself and go to sleep and stop drinking and thinking about my future. I read someone once said about emotional affair, even if it's just emotional affair, I cannot tolerate it and I have no way to prove or make sure of it. She is cheating on me because she was with him alone and or with her friends, but the way she and her friends hid it all, I can only assume she still loves her ex. Otherwise, she wouldn't hide it from me, and nobody should tolerate emotional affair. And there's no justice whether it's a man or woman. Good luck to everyone, and I truly, truly appreciate every one of you all.